What's going on, guys? Ryan here, and this is my very first pickups video. I'm going to be showing you some games and some other accessories and other cool things I pick up at garage sales, Goodwill stores, Salvation Armies, pawn shops, all sorts of places. Alright, so now all this stuff that I got in this video came from about 3 weeks ago until now, and some really cool stuff. I'm very happy with what I picked up and for the prices. The first thing, 3 weeks ago, I found a garage sale advertised on Craigslist, and it said that it had Nintendo games on it. It didn't specifically say what kind of system it was for or anything. So I was a little skeptical because it was all the way out, an hour away from where I am out in Liverpool. So wasn't really sure if I was going to go, so I decided to sleep on it. Woke up the next morning and went back on the ad to see exactly where it was, see exactly how far away it was. Ended up being like 56 minutes, I think. But they also updated it since then, and they added Nintendo games and cheat books. So I got a little excited. I was really not sure what they were talking about, but I was really excited to go. I ended up going out there, and I got some pretty cool stuff. Now, the first thing I got was a Nintendo 64 game, and it was in this weird case here, but this is like a case that I think that they used to have at some stores, but it was really cool to be in a case like this, and the game is in very good condition, and this game happens to be Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64. Very fun game to play. I love playing this game. Any RPGs that have Mario in it, I'm sold. I'll definitely give a shot. And this one's actually in very good condition. Nothing really wrong with the label or the back label. And there's no marker here, which is something most Nintendo 64 games have on them. So, for one, I'm glad that I don't have to clean that off. This one's actually in much better condition than the copy of it that I have. So, I will be replacing my copy that I have with this copy. Very happy to find that. And the case is kind of cool. I might keep that as well. Alright, and now the cheat books that they had, they only had two. I ended up picking up both of them. Thought it was really cool to find these. And they're not in the best of conditions, but they're still really cool to find. I was very happy with them. And they're all by Nintendo, which is much cooler. They're actually walkthrough guides for Nintendo. And this first one I have is for Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64. Like I said, there's some wear and tear. There's parts coming off there and there. Not in the best of condition, but no paper's falling out, which is a good thing. And these things are just really cool. They're walkthroughs. They have all sorts of stats on the enemies that you fight, and it's pretty detailed. I mean, it says here that this one's 128 pages. And it definitely doesn't look it, but it's 128 pages of fun, and it helps you on your way in your adventure. Now, this one, I was very happy to find. I never expected to find anything like this, and this one's in better condition too. It's for Luigi's Mansion for the Nintendo GameCube, and it's in pretty good condition other than this side here. There's some wear and tear on it, but all the pages are in it, and none of them falling out. Very detailed, like I said with the other one. I was very happy to find this. I was really, really happy. And I believe I paid $3 per manual for this. And I just thought that was really cool, especially because on this one, there's a Walmart sticker, and it says $12.97 on it. And back in the day, I would not have paid $12.97 for a strategy book. I would rather just figure it out on my own. I never really looked at strategy books right away when I played games. I always tried to play through them, and if I ever had trouble, I'd usually ask my friends first, see if they've gone through it, see if they knew what to do. But very cool find, very awesome find for the collection. I'll definitely be holding on to those. Now, these next few things I found some stores on my way to the garage sale. And I found a Salvation Army, and I found a pawn shop. Now the pawn shop didn't really have anything that I wanted, at least not for the prices that they were posting them up for. But then I went to the Salvation Army, took a look around, didn't really find much. However, this popped right into my head the minute I saw it, and I was like, I had one of these. I was very happy to find this. It's not in the greatest of conditions, but for the price of 49 cents, I could not pass it up. It is a NES Cleaning Kit. Everything appears to be in it. It's also in its original wrapping as well. It's got the swabs here and the case. Now, like I said, it's not in the best of condition. There's actually a flap here that's missing. It's all torn up and definitely been used before, but there's only this one flap here. There's not one over here. It's been tore off or whatever. Not to mention it doesn't really close very well. It kind of pops out. And there's also a chunk of the box missing. But other than that, just a really cool find, and for 50 cents, I am not going to turn it down. So definitely pick that up. It'll be really cool to keep and hold on to. Not to mention, I could clean my games with it. It has everything in it. So very cool find. Now, on my way home from Liverpool, I happened to find a flea shop that was recently opened. Still had its now open banner on it. And there was quite a few things in there. They had Nintendo 64s, PS2s, Xbox. They had a Super Nintendo that I was thinking about picking up, but I wasn't a fan of the price at the time, so I didn't pick it up at all. But I did happen to find in a big ball of cords, I randomly found a Nintendo controller, first party, and really happy to find this. And when I did find it, I wasn't sure how much I was going to end up paying for it when I went up there. So when I went up there, I was just like, will you guys take $1 for this? And the woman said yes, so not going to pass that up for $1, a Nintendo controller. Now, I actually don't have a Nintendo on me. Mine is broken, and it hasn't been in use for a little while. So eventually I'll have to pick up a new one, but in the meantime, I will have a good condition Nintendo controller when I do pick one up. The buttons in here, they all seem to be working. There's not really a problem with this at all. And for $1, definitely not going to pass that up. Now, these last two items I found are very cool finds. They're kind of uncommon games. One's for the 64, the other's for the Super Nintendo. I actually found them. I went on Craigslist again like a week and a half ago, and I found an ad for a garage sale that is in Herkimer, which is only 15 minutes. Wasn't a problem to get to. And the thing was, it also said it was an indoor sale, and they had photos. And in the photo, they had a boxed Super Nintendo. And I was really excited. I was really, really happy to find it. But when I got there, for one, it wasn't even a garage sale. It was like an indoor store, which made me even happier. So I'll probably be going back there. I believe the place was named CNY Hobby, and I will put an ad down below in case anyone wants to check it out. It was a very cool store, and it had bookshelves full of games. It had a glass case full of awesome games, and the guy was really cool. He even let me go into the back and check out some of the rarer stuff that he had that he wasn't putting on display just yet. But what he did have out there were these two really cool games, kind of uncommon. Very happy to pick this Nintendo 64 game up. It's in really good condition. It is Snowboard Kids. Now, like I said, this game I loved playing when I was a kid. An Atlas title. Most Atlas titles are very good quality games. This one, however, is uncommon around here, and I paid $10 for this game. And you really can't go. I really couldn't go wrong with buying this game for $10. Not to mention it was uncommon, so to find it anywhere else, it wouldn't have been easy. It would have been a lot of looking. I probably would have waited on it for a while. So picked that up, 10 bucks, couldn't go wrong. Not to mention, like I mentioned with the other Nintendo 64 game, there is no black on here, no marker on it at all. Very happy about that. So this is a wonderful addition to my collection. Now this next one, the Super Nintendo game, I was very happy to find this. It's a childhood game of mine. I love playing it, and it has one of my favorite boss battles in it. And this one is Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Now this one, it's not in the best conditions. It's actually had a sticker right here that I happened to peel off. Left a little residue on it, but nothing that I can't clean up. And then it also had this little nick right here where the red part of the label is. But for $10, this game was definitely worth picking up. You can't go wrong. Plus, I'm sure it goes for a lot more on eBay. So, I was very happy to find this. And just very good quality game. If you ever happen to find it, I would suggest picking it up. Now, that was all I found within the past 3 weeks or so. But now I'm going to do a countdown of my top 3 games that are currently in my systems right now that I'm playing. And I will go back to Yoshi's Island. The minute I picked this up was the minute I started playing it, which was about a week and a half ago. And I know there's those games where you remember playing them, they were the most fun games you ever played, and then you go back to them, and then you're like, this game's not very fun anymore. I don't know why I thought it was fun to begin with. This game is not one of them. This is one of those timeless games that you can just pop in, start playing, and spend hours on, hours at a time. And definitely one of them. Definitely one I would check out. Definitely one I would buy if I were to happen to find another copy, which I might do because of the quality of this one. I'm going to probably replace this copy at some point in time. Now, the next game on the list, these are not in any specific order. I've been playing a couple of them more than the others, but this next one is a Wii title, and obviously I believe everyone has heard of these games. This one is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for the Wii. Very good game. I've been spending hours upon hours for days now playing it. I was very skeptical about this one at first because it came off more like a children's kind of game for a Zelda game. But once you get into it, about like an hour in, it starts giving you that original Legend of Zelda feel. Very fun game though. So all in all, with most Zelda games and all the ones I've played, you just can't go wrong. So Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, definitely worth a pickup, definitely worth a play, especially for all the hours you're probably going to spend on it. Very good game. Now, this last one that I have here needs no introduction at all. It is Mario Kart 64 for the Nintendo 64, obviously. Very fun game. I remember putting this in probably 2 weeks ago, and an hour and a half later, I was still playing it. Just another very timeless game, another Mario title. Just so much fun. Spent so many hours playing this. You can play it by yourself, and it's just so much fun to play. Or you play with a bunch of people. You may lose a couple friends fighting over whether it was fair or not, and everything like that. Between this and the Mario parties, I'm sure I've lost a friend or two here and there. I can't really remember. But Mario Kart 64, definitely worth a pickup if you find it. Definitely pick it up. I would not leave it anywhere. This is actually not my first copy. I think I have like 3 of them, and one of them I am looking to get rid of. So definitely pick these up. Can't go wrong. Alright, so that concludes my pickup video, my very first, and there will be more to come, I promise. The only thing I have coming in the future that I know of off the top of my head is I'm going to be taking a trip to Boston, in which I will be stopping by pawn shops or any game stores I can find while I'm there. I might even make a few trades. I'm not really sure. It depends on what I find out there. So in the future, you can look to that in my next video. I'm sure I will have a video up sometime after that trip. And until then, take care, and thanks for watching, guys.